Well, hello and welcome back to another thrilling edition of the Andrew Eborn Show, where lockdown has produced some extraordinary stories. And to tell us all about it, it's the wonderful radio laureate himself, Mike Read. How are we doing, Mike?
Very, very good. Yeah, still banging out a poem a day, more than anybody else. So there we are. Yeah, still keeping up with it. But I can't just do a poem. It has to be interesting, has to be real soapbox or fun or something like that. So yeah.
Well, and we talk about this every time, is that you get those creative juices, there's a little spark every single day, which you have to write for your radio show to get the stories.
Yeah, and I don't know where it comes from, but somehow I know it's going to work when I do it. I think, yeah, I know that I'm going to, even if I'm in bed and I think, oh, poem, I know that I'm going to come up with something. So I don't know how that happens.
Well, I think what's lovely is we live in such a glorious world that you get stories from all over the place. And today's story comes, I think, from Down Under. Tell me a bit about Down Under.
Well, these two guys were caught in the forest, completely naked. And the reason they gave for having got lost in the forest and having to be rescued was that they were sunbathing nude on the beach and they were startled by a deer. I'm not too sure how many deer you get on the beach at Sydney or how tall the story was, but it was an interesting one. As the old joke goes, and that, my lad, is where my case rests. And you go, okay. It's telling some far-fetched tale, but it could be true. Who knows?
Oh no!
So
absolutely.
what I've done is had one of the guys talking about going to the beach and sunbathing naked, and then the second act is the police station.
Well, a glorious story. I have no idea what they're doing. It's over to you, Radio Laureate. Tell us all about it.
Act 1 at the beach. Let's you and I lie in the sun with nothing on. I might wear a smile or possibly a thong. We might be in lockdown, but hell, we can make it. Yeah, let's lie on the sand completely naked. The government have bit off more than they can chew, so get your kit off. We don't hold with government markers, so let's get starkers. It'd be churlish, it'd be girlish, it'd be rude not to get nude or get a tan and fresh sea air. And better still, we'll both be bare, stretched out and no one need be offended. We'll be in our birthday suits as nature intended. If the government hit us with fines and writs, we'll say that it's our right to free our dangly bits. If they try to run us in, we'll say we're betrothed. And that was the reason that we were unclothed. Act 2, the police station. So let me get this clear. You were startled by a deer and you ran into the forest to hide because you were terrified. So we deploy a huge team to look for you when we've got better things to do. I thought it was a hoax when they said they'd found two naked blokes in fear of a deer. Well, we thought it was queer and therefore probed. And sure enough, there you were, disrobed in all your naked glory. It's certainly an interesting story. Officer, we're not shooting you a line. Don't hit us with a lockdown fine. We just needed a little sun. Here's proof. Look at my suntanned bum. Seriously, the lesson's already been learned. My meat and two veg have been seriously burned. The deer on the beach frightened us silly. I think he took fright at the size of my willy. If you let us off, officer, we'll get a grip and promise the next time we won't strip.
Hey, I absolutely love it. Only you, Radio Laureate, could rhyme writs with dangly bits. It's got to be good. Here's my lawyer with my little briefs. I'll always remember that. It's got to be.
Very good.
Hey,
Very good.
Radio Laureate, always a delight. Thank you very much for joining us.
See you next time.